attack round. They have not won a round yet. So the question is, how long can Dignitas keep this up for? Iron Fist, a very uniquely laid out map where you can utilize different sides, like the left and the mid side are usually taking advantage of the most. You don't see people running over to the right.
Well,
all
there's
that much,
that jump pad on the right side makes you really kind of vulnerable to defenders knocking you up with rockets. So you're absolutely right about the middle and the left side being used more. And this map I like a lot more since the changes that Tatar made. But it looks like Frantic and Kawa already unleashing. But there used to be a bunker on the left side. That's totally useless. Now there's just some clutter stuff over there. But you know, if defenders actually do happen to get down there, you can have a nice firefight.
This is where the bunker was.
Multiple routes up. You can see that speed ramp up. There's another normal ramp up. There's wall jump opportunities. Basically, it gives the attacker a lot more to work with, and I think that was necessary. The right side, I mean, every once in a while still could come into play. It just seems like a weaker option typically for the attacker. And this is another interesting part about Iron Fist. Basically, the goal is so wide open that the attacker kind of needs to get up there quickly. It's not like a map like Daybreak or Castle Crasher where you're actually moving along a linear line. This is like get to the goal and battle it out. There's a lot of fast-paced action here on Iron Fist because of that.
I love what Garpy's doing here. He's playing just some chicken with them, and now the goal is going to be active. Garpy knows he has someone, finding someone in front of that fence there.
Oh
He's
my
only going to have one
goodness.
armor left. Can he nail the shot? Can he make this into a pretty much a 11-0 right now? And
How
yes,
did he
does.
survive?
Oh my God, Garpy is on fire. Garpy is literally in flames at this point in time.
He's
just
burning alive.
He is hotter than the Human Torch. This is insane. And now we're seeing the overhead here as it is going to be Sasuke going for the attack. He looks like he's trying to play the back catwalk there and then rotate over to the left side, which is a pretty good strategy, I would say. Just going for some shots. I mean, at least you're taking shots, which is always something that I'm a fan of, especially at the early point in the round. You want to take as many shots as you possibly can because you have the time to do so. It really, when it boils down to those, like that 5 to 10 seconds, that's when you really want to start pacing your shots a little bit better. Sasuke is going to have 2 armor remaining here, taking another shot over by the goal, getting hit by 1 rocket, and now we're going to see some pressure possibly being applied by Dignitas.
Garpy,
not
3.
necessary. Not necessary. Garpy is just a man on a mission. He really wants to go to IPL6, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Well, so Dignitas came to IPL5, but they had to participate in the wildcard qualifier. They could not actually qualify online, so they tried their best and just could not get through Fnatic's roster back then, which was Strengths, Lakame, and Yeepy. But now even Fnatic's roster is a little bit different. Dignitas has added Frantic to their side, and Zacubus is leading up an entirely new squad with MBC and Fantastic for their UK team. Kawa off to a great start as well. Only Inibib is left to try and stop him here with 2 armor left.
Yeah, 2 armor, 1v1,
Nice
and a shot, making it 4-0. Dignitas, where have you been this entire time?
Yeah.
Just showing up here. I am so impressed with how well Dignitas is playing. We could talk about the things that North Remake could do to improve in this particular game alone, but I think the biggest thing, and it's so obvious and it's sad to say, but they just got to position better, and just not die. I mean, there's not much I can really say. They have some good crosses in the beginning when, the maps usually start off. They might be able to pick off at least 1 armor. They did it before, but it seems like they get pretty anxious, and then they don't make the proper rotations. One of the things that I saw in that last round with Kawa was that on that L fence near the goal, you saw that the defender was hanging out at the L fence, and then he got stuck in a corner and he couldn't move, and that's the time where his teammate needs to apply pressure so that this way, Kawa could have double backed and then retrace his steps or just try out a new strategy. And they're just not communicating very well from what I see. And now able to get 1 guy right in front of him with that peekaboo. But wait a minute, that's going to end right there. 5-0. Dignitas has won 14 rounds straight in our first game here for the IPL6 qualifier. EU number 2.
It's pretty ridiculous so far. Garpy has just been destroying. Frantic has an opportunity to make this 15 straight rounds if he can come up with some lasers. And that one only missing by 7 centimeters. It was about a 60-meter shot. So we'll see if he's able to. Wow!
What? I thought
that
he
was
going
so fast.
But there was a good double tap there, though, by Sofian. So that was some good stuff. But, wait a minute, though. Sofian might be able to make the stop happen. Hanging out by the goal. is going to be one defender, and then Sofian hanging out right by that L wall. So we know that Saska is going to be by the goalpost there. Frantic needs to get a shot here. 7 seconds left on the clock before the goal becomes active. What's his plan? What's his strategy?
I don't know.
And he gets taken out, and finally North Remake ends the run of Dignitas with 14 rounds straight.
I think it's going to be a comeback. I think
Saska in the chat first round. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Saska and company are going to fight their way back now. This is what they needed. They needed those 3 rockets. Now Sofian is going to just destroy them with 3 well-placed lasers. I totally see this happening. Not really.
Well, you know what though? I'm not. You know, they are good players. They know how to play elite at the very least. It's just like one of those things where sometimes you end up running into a team that's just so hot that no matter what you do, nothing is going to come of it. And that's the sad part about it. I've encountered this. And that right there just showed it. Like, I've encountered this plenty of times in my time as a competitor. You know, sometimes you just run into a team that you may be just as good as they are, but they're just hot, and there's nothing that you could do. Garpy going for the long-range shot that we see taken all the time now, because Hot Mustard has literally nailed like 30 of them at this point. And decided to go for the left here.
There's no reason not to take that first long-range shot.
I don't disagree with it.
We had a hybrid Wittizage was in the top 5
That's right,
last
hybrid.
week for hitting 126 meters, I believe. So definitely possible. Definitely want to at least try it because, hey, if you start a round up, 3 armor to 2 defenders, you're definitely going to be able to benefit from it. So here's that jump pad that we mentioned a while ago that we still are just now seeing for the first time. And he's going to try to make use of it. Can't quite make the flick shot that he's been doing all day long, and does get corralled and taken out. So Dignitas only needs to defend 3 more times if they can't attack as frequently as they did on the first map. But Sazka still looking for that first attack round win for Remake North Remake.
All right, and here we go, Saska. Probably going up the middle here, trying to see if he can pick someone off unaware at this distance.
Shot.
No, he's by the fence.
That is a fence, I see.
He's by the fence. And that's been a point of complaint for some players about the use of fences in Shootmania, because while it is a good strategy and very well placed around the map, oftentimes it boils down to a peekaboo strategy. Or not even peekaboo, excuse me. It just boils down to like a, more or less like, I see you and I'm not, I guess peekaboo, I see you. It's just like, I guess it's just pressure being added onto the attacker. But nice shot by Saska there. And now you can see the rotation over to the fence. Pressure being applied. He gets knocked over to the left side. Here, Saska throwing down the laser. Can't connect. Goal's about to become active. One player hanging out by the goalpost there. That is going to be Frantic, I believe.
Yep.
Well, Garpy's going to be playing the L wall. And wow.
Oh, man.
Good cross by both of them.
Yeah. That's a great defense tactic there, triangulating them, knowing that they have to get to the goal. And that's something that, North Remake has not really been able to do at all, is they're not even getting opportunities to hop on the goal and try to cap that way. They're just dying before time even gets down to that point. So they need to, I guess just survive a little longer. That's, they're really removing their own chances. But Kawa has already landed some amazing shots, not quite on the level of Garpy so far this morning, but actually the evening for them. It is, I think, 7 p.m. UK time, but we'll see. Oh, Kawa's in Sweden, actually, so it's 8 p.m. Either way,
so
time aside. Yeah. Oh, wow, there we go. Down to 1 armor, still managed to take out a defender. We can see Saska running back and forth. Kawa just waiting to try and do that instant kill. Looping around the side, they're not on the goal. They're actually allowing him all this movement over here. That's kind of interesting. Saska does barely knock him in the foot there as time starts to tick down. So that is the end of that attack round. 7-3 is still the score for Dignitas. They are pretty far ahead with their 2 successful attack rounds. Yeah,
that last round there, did look a little scary for the defense, but what they did well was they rotated, and they knew that like they had enough time to play with there. It was more or less just a matter of like that one defender not getting eliminated. So Saska clutched it, I would say, because a 1v1, 1 armor remaining with the way Kawa was playing is just, like that's a dangerous spot to be in, especially, that far away from the goal. But he managed to rotate, so good play there by Saska. Now, Enabib is going to be up here as he's looking for anything, any kind of opening. Lots of hiding, finding someone to the left side over by that archway there. That's going to be a good shot by Enabib, and now He knows that he has Cow and Frantic to deal with. One guy playing by the fence. I don't know who this
Nice
is. That
shot.
is going to be Kawa, so he's going to have to take a seat. One person by the goalpost. It's going to be Frantic. What's Enebiv going to do, Josh? Oh.
He's going to try to shoot him, I think, or hop on the goal. Can't quite get there. Frantic holding him off. Time is ticking down.
See, right here I would have already got on the goal.
He's on the goal now. One armor left.
There
He
we
does
go.
capture the goal. I heard the start of a horn there as well. But that is the first attack round.
Maybe, by the way.
What was it?
I thought it was Call Me Maybe.
Was it?
It sounded like it. All right, here we go now. Frantic. Okay, we'll go back now. I always just want to make sure we catch that. So now Frantic looking like he's going to be taking the left side of the map here. One defender by the L fence, another one by the goal fence, and one playing up top by spawn. So this is pretty much the standard strategy that we've been seeing. How's Frantic going to deal with this one?
He's going to take up the left side. This wall jump we've seen a number of times here already on Iron Fist. It's a nice little way up. You can also wall jump over that metal wall, as you can tell. And he's looking for some kind of weak spot in their formation. You can see they are playing the same formation that Dignitas was doing. That's actually the easiest one to take on, is just the closest, because you can run around, force him to rotate out, and eventually get out of position. This player is way out of position, but Frantic misses anyway. So now, with the goal wide open, he can still hop on it. He is tempted, of course, as time ticks down, but the remaining two do run up and pop him to end the round.
He played. You know, I like that strategy that they did there. It did seem a little random, I would say. But the reason why I liked it was for one very simple reason. There was not a lot of time left on the clock, and if they stayed together, he wasn't going to be able to take out both of them with the laser, you know, charging out, and with all those rockets flying in the general direction.
Ooh,
great shot by Sofian. Finally showing some life here.
That was really good.
But he does get picked one time. That was a great shot. I totally didn't expect that. So very well-positioned shot by Sofian.
I didn't expect a player to be there. That was just, you know, great timing, unless he saw something we didn't.
I really didn't see anything. But you know what, though? That's why these guys are playing. They're really good.
Yep. Oh, Garpy and Kawa actually still standing. Sophie only has one armor left now. As time ticks down, you can see the goal is open. He's going to run around and try to do the dance with this front player. It is Kawa, and no, he is going to lose that dance as Kawa takes him out. 8-5 is the score now. Dignitas could wrap it all up right now. Apparently the server is lagging a little bit, both sides actually noticing it, but we are so close to this series ending. It looks like Garpy is going to be unleashed and try to finish everything off now in this best of 3. If he can do it, they will move on into the round of 64, because we have so many teams that signed up. If he can't do it, obviously Dignitas only needs one more defensive round to do the same thing. So he's going to loop around to the left side. Still looking for, oh, actually, no, it's going to be a fake out. He's going to hop up instead with the double jump. He basically gave them the information that he was moving around and then doubled back, but was not able to capitalize off of it. Now he's going to get pegged in the back, and he doesn't have his laser up, and he misses by 10 centimeters. I didn't even see the guy, and he missed by 10 centimeters. But that's going to be it for Garpy. Final round potentially here. North Remake Soska has an opportunity to get his team tied back up with those attacking rounds. It's all on his shoulders right now. This tournament life is at stake. If they don't successfully make this attack round, they've only got one more qualifier in 2 weeks' time to be able to try and participate at IPL6.
Yep, Saska here hanging back, and pretty much the same formation that both teams are using. It's tried and true, but the approaches have been different. Saska going for the left one, and I noticed what Dignitas does is that they go left, and then they kind of pop up, and they try and just freak out the defender on the offense, which is smart. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. And then what North Remake does is they kind of just play back, but then they start dabbling around the right side. I don't know. They have a weird approach here. One armor remaining. 8-6 to score. Goal is active. This is not a winnable situation for Saska. He needs to come up clutch here, as there's going to be a lot of pressure applied, and that will be it. Kawa with the final elimination there. Very good stuff by both teams. At least North Remake was able to come back into this, but Dignitas showing their strength in this matchup. They will be moving on to the next round and awaiting their opponent there. So I think now we gave you 2 rounds of great action. Josh, we're going to go to a break real quick, get the next team set up.
We'll go to a break. We're going to see if there's potentially a match in progress that we can hop in on, or if we have another set of teams ready to fire off their match